Next up, power supplies. So in this particular case, we got two of these guys, and this is the MSI MEG A1 1600T. So it's a 1600 watt power supply. It's titanium rated, and this is like a fun thing if you haven't gotten into power supplies before, what those individual ratings mean. The individual ratings as you scale up in PSUs for individual computers essentially are what they're rated to sustain at. So you might get like a 1200 watt gold power supply, for instance. It might be rated to stay at about 50% of that and occasionally handle bursts up to its peak load. And as you go higher and higher up the individual ranking tiers for power supplies, essentially their efficiency goes up, and they're more and more capable of handling the load that's written on the tin for a sustained period of time. So in this particular case, 1600 watt titanium rated power supply, this thing's rated for about 94% sustained off of what's on the tin. So if it says 1600, you can really cruise at, around 1500 sustained on something like this, and it's not going to give you a hiccup. It's not going to give you any trouble. Now in this particular case, 1500 delivered watts felt tight for 600 watt GPU plus a 600 watt GPU plus a CPU that, if it loads up, could be pulling roughly 350 watts, not counting boards, not counting fans, not counting peripherals. So in this particular case, we got two of them. Now, interesting question. Michael, you've got a 1600 watt power supply. Why go with a second 1600 watt power supply? Why get the same exact one? This falls back to our motherboard. So the Asus Pro motherboard that we have, it has native support for two power supplies. It supports it very easily. It even has a shared plug, that connects the two of them. But it has a very explicit rule in the instructions, which says the power supplies must be identical in brand, spec, manufacturer, and rating. So if you're going to dual power supply on one of these, they need to be identical power supplies. So in my particular case, I had the 1600 and I had to decide, okay, am I going to go with the second 1600? Am I going to send a 1600 back, maybe do two 1200s? I came to the conclusion, these are 600 watt cards. Theoretically, I could slot up to 4 of them, inside this machine. So having two 1600s isn't bad for potential future expansion or changes. Who knows what the future holds? So I kept the 1600, I added the second 1600, and these two together are going to power the machine.